Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an unexplained knowledge video on the Megalithic Yard. Uh, Before we get into this, I want to apologize. You have to bear with my voice. I'm still getting over that viral thing. It's like a chest cold or something. It's the creeping crud. Stuff just won't go away. Anyway, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the one pictured here, The House Off Farrago Road. It's just a fun story about a house in New Orleans where the monsters all hang out. I had a lot of fun writing it. I hope you have a lot of fun reading it. So if that's not your cup of tea, that's fine. I got a lot of different books here. I've written 9 of them, so I hope you find something you like. I hope you enjoy it. All right. The Megalithic Yard. I've done tons of videos on megalithic sites all over the world, some from thousands of years before Christ. Excuse me. The fact that these ancient peoples all were obsessed with using slabs of stone to create these sites is interesting. The fact that these slabs of stone are huge, some weighing in excess of 1,000 tons, defies explanation. How were they able to cut and fashion these stones without modern tools? How were they able to move them and place them with precision without modern equipment? Those questions, in and of themselves, are mystifying. Modern work crews with modern construction equipment would be hard-pressed to duplicate these efforts. In some cases, modern engineers cannot explain how it was done. As a matter of fact, I want to say it was Baalbek, Lebanon, but don't quote me. They contacted a construction crew and asked if they could duplicate the raising of the 1,000+ ton stone and put it with precision on a foundation, and the construction crew laughed at them. Yeah, so all that stuff is hard to explain. Then we have the science of the ancients. Modern archaeologists and anthropologists tell us that hunter-gatherers, primitive men not much more advanced than cavemen, built the vast majority of those ancient sites. But that simply does not explain the design of these structures. Any idiot can stack rocks, even big ones. You get enough manpower, you can move a rock, right? But these ancient sites were constructed. There is intelligent design here. Enter retired engineering professor Alexander Thom, Thom. Professor Thom traveled the world taking precise measurements from ancient megalithic sites. He measured these sites on every continent, from Asia to Europe to Africa to North and South America. He found that the people who built these sites all used the same basic measurement system. He dubbed it the Megalithic Yard. Now keep in mind, he didn't travel to all these sites, but his detractors did. There were people who thought he was crazy, so they went around to these sites around the world and they were trying to debunk him. They found evidence to support him. Yeah, when the people who don't like what you're saying help to prove you right, that tells you something. Excuse me. The Megalithic Yard is 0.829 meters, or 2.72 feet. The same length appears all over the world and across spans of thousands of years. In ancient Egypt, the remen, R-E-M-E-N, the remen, equals 14.6 inches. One triangle, 1 remen long and 2 remen tall. If you have a triangle that's 1 remen long and 2 remen tall, the hypotenuse is equal to 1 megalithic yard. In ancient Sumer, a triangle 1 cubit wide and half a cubit tall equals 1 megalithic yard. And this is all over the world. Ancient builders were using the Pythagorean theorem long before Pythagorean was born. Excuse me. This is evidence of a shared older culture. That culture gave the world a shared mathematics. The different cultures of the world all learn this mathematics from that ancient culture, possibly a shared ancient ancestral culture. It didn't have to be related to them, it just had to be there. And many believe that this ancient culture was Atlantis. And maybe, I mean, who might argue, right? It is possible. Excuse me. Sorry. I wish this stuff would go away. Graham Hancock, among others, talks about an ancient people who traveled the world dispensing knowledge to the primitives. This ancient math system would certainly point toward that. But there's more. This ancient mathematics system is based on geometric relationships, which describe the size of the planet Earth and the exact angles of lunar alignments. These people didn't have telescopes. Half of these people didn't know what I mean, it's ridiculous. Excuse me. Many of these megalithic sites are aligned as well as any modern laser surveyor could. The stones of the Ring of Brodgar, for example, are placed perfectly. There's 27 stones placed in a perfect circle. There were originally 60 stones across a 340-foot diameter, and these stones were placed accurately to within a half an inch. This is a precision no primitive caveman could accomplish. This is advanced geometric mathematics, and it's all across the world. Almost every ancient builder used this mathematical process. It's based on a 366-degree circle, a sexagesimal system. Each degree had 60 arc minutes, and each minute had 6 arc seconds. Each second was equal to 366 megalithic yards. Multiplied together, all of these numbers equal the circumference of the Earth. This is pretty damn advanced for Stone Age hunter-gatherers, don't you think? These people didn't have written language or agriculture. This is ridiculous. And they all use the same mathematics. Someone taught this to the primitive megalithic builders. They didn't all guess and get lucky. This was taught. They planned this. And modern archaeologists are stumped. This is... I had an argument the other day with some people. It's an ongoing debate, actually. This lady is saying that Megalodon cannot possibly exist because science says it doesn't exist. My contention is there's a lot science doesn't know, and she can't possibly know everything that's swimming around in the ocean. Now, is it possible Megalodon exists? Yes. Is it likely? I don't know. There's a lot of people that see big sharks. There's a lot of people that see all kinds of underwater things. I've done tons of videos on it. Go check those out. My contention is when science says they know something, you better take a step back, because science books keep changing because science keeps updating. There's a fish called the coelacanth, and I use this example a lot. They said it was extinct for 65 million years. Now, and then one back in the, I want to say it was it was earlier than that. It was earlier than the 70s. Early 1900s, I think it was. They caught one off the coast of Africa. Ugliest fish you ever saw. But there it is. They're not extinct. And now scientists have proven that there's at least 2 places in the world where they're thriving. This fish was supposedly extinct. Science said it was extinct. And there it is. Everybody says, well, people would have seen them. People would have seen Megalodon if it was still swimming around. Well, they do. And whenever we bring it up, everybody laughs at them. They treat them like they're crazy. Well, here's the thing. In the 70s, in the mid-70s, 1975, they found a new species of antelope. And this antelope hides in rivers and breathes through the top of its head. Through the top of its head. And it's an antelope, right? They found this in Vietnam, where we had just fought a war. You would think with all the people running around shooting at each other, somebody would have noticed an antelope hiding in the water, breathing through the top of its head. You know what I'm saying? If something wants to hide, it can hide. Sharks are underwater. You can only see down so far. If a shark wants to avoid people, it will. My contention is there is no way to say for sure that Megalodon is extinct. Okay? Chances are it is. I'm not saying it's not. But the chances of it being extinct are pretty high. Yet people keep seeing big fucking sharks. That's all I'm saying. This megalithic yard is another example of what science knows it can't be right, but yet there's evidence of it all over the world. Okay? These primitives built these sites using mathematics, advanced mathematics that we don't even use today. There it is, a 366 degree circle as opposed to a 360 degree circle. And when you do the math, it's exactly based on the circumference of the planet. That's not accidental. That is not accidental in the least. There are other measurements, the size of the pyramids of Giza, dealing with astronomical measurements that cannot be accidental. And the list goes on and on. The megalithic yard, in my opinion, is one of the biggest indicators that there was a shared ancestral culture that has long since gone from this planet, or at least it's hiding, one or the other, and science simply won't acknowledge it. And that's bullshit. Science is there to learn. You follow the facts. You don't make a story and then try to support the story. You follow the facts wherever they go. The megalithic yard is a fact that most scientists simply don't want to follow. If anybody else has any more examples or any other information, stick it in the comments. I'm sure we'd all love to read them. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.